contents. Adriana and I slept together. By the way, Martina knows.
Then why bring it up?
But since you brought it up, now it's out on the table. She was cheating on Martina with a Haitian mortician.
Oh, ah, the ghetto.
Wait. Bitch.
You know what? This is...
I don't know what she's talking about.
Oh, you know what you're talking about.
A few moments later.
Shit with Adriana in confidence.
Oh.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today we'll be talking about the Real Housewives of Miami reunion part 2. And I see a lot. First of all, I posted a video on Twitter about Andy. I just had questions. I feel like Andy, especially this episode, the questions just don't make sense to me. Very biased. I don't like it, honestly, truly. And I think that some of the ladies are trying to hold Adriana to the same standard. My whole thing is this: if you're going to ask her something, ask Julia the same thing, because we need to get to the bottom of this, because I want to know. Well, y'all, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, secure it.
Alright, so the episode starts where we left off, where Julia basically like, Andy, I want to get this out because I feel like this has been held over my head. I've been muzzled for this long, but me and Adriana, you know, slept together. Everybody's gagged, like, oh my god, when, what happened, who's doing the scissoring, no, it's favorite parts. But here's the thing, because this is a triggering story for me because of a situation where my dad stepped out on my mom, right? And I know the effects of it for my family. Like, it was turmoil. So everybody's like, okay, do y'all sleep together? What happened? Like, who's doing what? Adriana's just like, I've never did anything. I did not sleep with her. Oh my gosh, like, we did not scissor, And Julia's just like, yes, we did, Adriana, we did. Like, at the end of the day, you've been holding this over my head, blah, blah, blah. And Julia's coming from the standpoint of a victim. Like, you did this to me. I felt so muzzled and so silent. It's kind of weird to me because let's say Julia said that she told Martina. Martina is privy of this information. So Martina didn't treat Adriana any different way. Maybe, you know, they have a open marriage. And she said no. But they're trying to get to the root of, okay, did this happen? They're saying, no. Wow. I'm with Lisa. Shock. Adriana was a single woman, and Julia, you're a married woman. Both are fucked up. If this did happen, if they did sleep together, both are fucked up. Don't get me wrong. But who holds the more weight? The one that stood in front of God, or stood in the church, or stood on a mountain, or stood in front of someone to give a sermon and to declare them a married couple. Bitch, you sat up there and spoke vows. I don't think Adriana had any vows to speak of, because for her husband, story. But you had motherfucking vows that you spoke to Martina. Bitch, you broke your vows. You had to go to your wife to say, hey, I did this, I did that. So the person that I'm gonna look fucked up in this situation is not motherfucking Adriana. I'm looking at you, Julia. Baby, you had the vows, not her. And this is a situation I had to come to terms with in my own family, because my dad cheated on my mom. Where I can't really get into the full story because there's someone that is related to me that watches my YouTube, and I can't go. It's like damn a family secret at this point, which I fucking hate to keep shit like this. But to not cause any fucking turmoil, I'm not gonna go into the nuances of what have happened. But my dad cheated on my mom with someone, stayed with that person, and when I found out, when I was a teenager, mind you, this happened when I was 6 years old. I found out when I was in my late teenage years, like 16, 17. And it fucked the world up, girl. The world stopped for at least 4 months. Like, girl, shit was spooky. But I was upset with the person that was involved. But who I was more upset with was my dad, because that's my dad. My dad said A, B, C, D, E, F, G in front of someone to motherfucking marry my motherfucking mother. Yeah. You spoke motherfucking vows. She did it. So I can be upset with her because of other things that had happened. But in this situation, bitch, you're the one that is going to catch the heat from me. I just look at Julia just like, you're trying to shift blame and just trying to do all that. Girl, take accountability. And then Adriana's saying like, girl, at the end of the day, I wasn't going to bring that out. I wasn't going to bring that out. Mind you, Adriana, I don't motherfucking know. I'm a real ass bitch. I'm not about to sit up here and just act like what you were saying at that end of the season party, that it was very clear. You said, if you keep on, I'm gonna expose you. If you keep on, I'm gonna tell what you don't want to be told.
Mischievous and a bad friend. And I don't want to throw you under the bus like that, but if you keep pushing me, I will.
That's what you said. So that could be interpreted so many different ways. So maybe Julie was like, you know what? She's about to tell my tea. I just told Martina, like, girl, I'm trying to get ahead of this. I don't want, I ain't trying to do too much, blah, blah, blah. So she said, I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to say anything. She said, but you know what? She said, you want to put it out? You want to put it out on the table, baby? I'm about to put it out on the floor. So she was like, okay, cool. She was like, you want to talk about I slept with you? That never happened. But you know what did happen? You told me that you were here, had sex and had an affair with a motherfucking Haitian mortician. Everybody's like, Haitian mortician? Oh my God. Oh my God. And she was like, and you over here slept around. She was like, you had to give him a motherfucking gift. You had to give him a coffee maker, bitch. You had to give him a motherfucking coffee maker, bitch. I'm like, it's too, my whole thing is Adriana don't give me liar. The bitch is too reckless at the mouth to be lying.
In a bad place. She was in a bad place. She was cheating on Martina with a Haitian mortician and had to give him a coffee machine as a gift. Bitch.
Right? Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, she's too reckless at the mouth to be lying. But then she was just like, what about the cop? What about the cop? I'm just like, it do gives a pattern of behavior. Same thing we said last episode with Gertie. You can't sit up here and say that, oh, well, I threw her at Gertie. Oh, I shook a chair at the Mother's Day thing. And I did this. Like, it's a pattern of behavior with Julia. And I think one thing that fell flat was she was like, you trying to change your name? You're an imposter, Julia. I'm like, girl, tomato. But Andy, I'm about to talk to you. I like you, Andy. You already know. But I'm gonna have to talk to you because the questions that you asked old girls after you came back from that break, I don't like that. But all the other girls is just like, we don't want to know about the stuff that happened before. Did you sleep with her? That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know.
Yeah, well, you her lover. We don't care about the other.
Let's tell Martina that.
I don't know what she's talking about.
A few minutes later.
I shared with Adriana in confidence.
Oh.
I'm like, bitch, I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. They're all synonymous. She stepped outside her marriage with a man or a woman, whoever. That is her burden to bear with Martina. And they like, did Martina know? She's like, oh yeah, Martina know. She cried, she did, she that. As long as you told Martina, Martina's cool. But you said you told Martina. So where is the blackmail?
By the way, Martina knows. Why are you bringing it up then? I can't.
What's the heaviness? What is she holding over your head? If you told Martina, you got ahead of the story with Martina. You told your kids. You should say you told your daughters. So what? I'm confused now. And if it was so heavy to you, why would you use Adriana as a person to do a character witness for you twice to adopt your kids? If it was so much and y'all slept together back in the Hamptons, which to be honest, do I believe that they slept together? Absolutely. I said it last episode. If it was back on season 4, when them girls was over here, they were real close. They were real lesbian close.
I'm making my eyes. You want to wash my bed?
I'm being adventurous tonight. You guys want to bring him for
Stop, girl, I love you in the rain. Over here talking about you showed me that love didn't have no color, no gender, no. They're not dining in, baby. They're eating out.
Munch, munch, crunch, crunch.
Girl, I'm like, they're eating out. So my whole thing with Julia is that I feel like she wants to be a victim in the situation, and bitch, you're not going to get that. You're not getting the victim at it. You're not getting none of that. Andy might be on your side, bitch. Well, we're not. Absolutely not. And she's like, She's like, I just felt like I was muzzled. Well, you're talking now. So, you've been talking all season.
We're going to say this tonight?
Yes, she does.
It was all planned.
How?
She cried.
Why was it important
So many
for you to
secrets.
say it?
What I think happened is Adriana is jealous and envious of the fact that Julia got close with Alexia and Marisol. Period, point blank. That's just what it is. So they go behind, they take a break. Julia's trying to tell Andy, like, this stuff happened. I felt like this. And you know, she's trying to do her voice like that. Andy, I just felt like, you know, there's so much stuff going on. Like, we did this. And she just kept going and going. Andy's like, okay, well, do you sleep with her? Like, who did the eating? Did you eat out or did she dine in? We want to know. Like, that's the question that we all want to know. Like, who's doing what? But, you know, they go behind backstage. You know, Adriana's over here talking to the girls, just like, yeah, this bitch is wicked. She's crazy. She's this, she's that. Julia's just basically, they're asking Julia, who did what happened? Julia's like, for the sake, she's like, I still love Adriana. So for the sake of, you know, my integrity and like our privacy, I'm not going to say anything. Bitch, you already said it. Say what she did. So Adriana, she hears them. She's just like, oh, yeah, y'all over here trying to plot what y'all trying to say? Yeah, bet. Adriana come in and said, yeah, y'all rehearsing? You're rehearsing your lines?
Rehearsing your answers now?
No.
Yeah, you are. You're rehearsing the answers now?
We're just listening. But
Tomorrow.
She's like, no, Adriana, no, we're not rehearsing our lines. My whole thing is, at the end of the day, it's unfortunate that their friendship has ended, but this is a situation where this is like, girl, this is friendship ending. This is already messy. It's character assassination on both sides. Like, and it's just like, how do you come back from something like this, right? They get back out. Andy asked Adriana, he said, so for the last time, what happened? Did you sleep with her in the Hamptons? She was like, no, we didn't sleep together. And then she goes on this diatribe about something else. Like, oh, you know, when we were first met, she wanted to see my boobs. I showed her my boobs. And I was like, I want to see her butt. She showed me her butt. I'm just like, what is the relevance of did you fuck this woman or not? She was like, no, I didn't do anything. I don't like pussy, but she did pat my pussy. She was like, pat what? She was like, she pat my pussy.
She patted me.
she what?
What?
Are you an animal?
When we were dancing in the whole
So I'm assuming that she just probably rubbed her out, like, you know, probably ate her out. They had sexual interaction. I don't think they didn't have intercourse. I don't think mouth into mouth. But Andy was like, Julia, so how do you feel about the situation?
What was your motivation?
Andy, no, bitch. We're not on that question yet. The question you need to go ahead and ask Julia is, so Julia, what happened? Who did what? The same question you just asked Adriana, ask Julia. Because you as a mediator and you as a person that's supposed to be navigating these questions, we want to know. If you want to know from Adriana, you need to know from motherfucker Julia too.
What did you do? You put your mouth on her pussy? You ate her, you digital skittle bitch? You digital DJ on the DJ track? What did you do?
Because we want to know. But he over here gave her this easy little question so she could yet again be the motherfucking victim.
What's your motivation in sharing that story?
I said it because I felt muzzled and I felt scared.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Girl ain't got time. And ain't nobody believing that bullshit either. So then Adriana was like, she's like, I have this present for you. Because Angie's like, you know, before this, she said that she wanted to reconcile with you. So she was like, yeah, I did, but I have the gift for you. She gave her this gift, girl. It is like a makeshift card. Somebody was like, is it a dildo? She opens it up, it's like a heart. And she was just like, you know, you have my heart and you did it, you broke it, and my heart's broken, it's in pieces, da 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 da. All this bullshit, real theatrical. So after that, they realized that we're not going to settle this right now. The book is closed. Leave it there. Next, we hop over to Kiki and we talk about Kiki's, you know, her story this season. And we navigate the situation where Kiki is basically trying to, she received death threats from her family. And then she was like, I was in a dark place. You know, my dad, he did have to go back to Haiti and put the foot down. And they really elaborate on the beautiful story that she has had this season. And like I said, I really love Kiki. I love everything about Kiki. The only thing I don't like that Kiki does is the fact that I feel like she placates to the other women, the women that's on her couch. She placates to them and she wants to be their sidekicks. And she could really be a main character, but unfortunately, the way that that everything falls that's just the way it is. Like, I feel like she wants to be the sidekick.
I don't think the women here, we are racist. Is it a classism issues where everybody's like, oh yeah, this one have more money, maybe I'll lean into this one? I've said this before.
Not to get political, because like I said, I don't really talk about politics on my channel, just because of my job. I know what I signed, so there's certain things I can and cannot say. However, what I can say is, if there is a person that you support and they have beliefs and they run the country, or they are a part of politics and things like that, and their beliefs is stemming from hatred and or separation or discrimination, stuff like that, if you're voting for that person, I can only assume that you align with their policies. And that's all I can say. If it's left wing, right wing, if it's liberal, whatever, like, if people have ideologies that are fucked up and you align with that, I have to agree that you align with that shit too. Some people might say, well, Brian, you review baddies, so you must think that fighting is okay. I don't think fighting is okay, but I damn sure believe defend yourself. And if you come into this world, don't let no bitch bully you. And I definitely would stand 10 toes on that. I heard what Kiki was talking about, the classism in the group, and I definitely agree with that. I don't think any of these women are racist. No, I don't think I've ever came out and said, I know I haven't on my platform ever said the women were racist. But I know I've said that you can look and see who voted for who, and you can see actions of people's spouses and these things like that. How does that affect people's lives? But do I agree with her that the girls are very much materialistic and could be classist? Hell yeah. Kiki ate that one. And like with Gertie, I think Gertie, she misses her Achilles heel is the fact that she can't recognize if the women are agreeing with her or not. And the thing about it is, like, Gertie, you do yourself a disservice.
Lisa and Larsa, this is basically where we end the episode, and Larsa's basically talking about, you know, the whole Marcus of it all, and just like, you know, my children were affected, this and the third. My whole thing is this: regardless if your children are affected, your children weren't affected. That I kept following them, so you bring that up for what?
I feel like my kids were upset over it, honestly. My kids were really upset. I don't want to cry about it, but my kids were really affected by it, okay?
Your children not affected because me or Jody wanted to follow him, so that's something that you have to own, or Marcus have to own, not me. So you're bringing that up to Lisa for what? Like, okay, your children were affected. I'm sad for that, but what does that have to do with me? What does that have to do with the question? So Lisa's just basically telling her, just like, you know what, at the end of the day, like, you were upset with me for not following him, but she was like, there was other people that didn't follow him. They were following him for a whole year until you found out and you saw it somewhere and just like, oh, this is crazy.
Do you ever unfollow my ex-boyfriend? No. I will never talk to you again. I will never acknowledge you. Notice. Why did you notice me? Because we're in a friend group.
So the thing about it, I feel like people didn't unfollow Marcus because they kept breaking up and getting back together, breaking up and getting back together. Like, girl, anybody got time? So I just think it's just a situation where Larsa did herself a disservice, keep breaking up with Marcus and getting back together with him, and she wanted to basically. I understand it, the whole following and unfollowing thing. I understand it because, girl, when I broke up with one of my exes and then I broke up with a situationship, girl, I was like, unfollow. So I get it. But the episode ends with Andy asking, do you agree what Larsa said, that you should, if you were so worried about your daddy, then why the fuck you over here in Milan? That was a low blow. I said it before. That was a low blow. If your dad has 1 week to live, why the fuck you in Milan? Girl, I get it. Like I always say, it might sound fucked up. I get it. I get what Larsa's saying. But to sit there in that woman's face in a fucking van, knee to knee, and say that to her face is diabolical, bitch. Diabolical. But that was the end of the episode. So far this reunion is entertaining. It's really good. Shout out to Adriana and Gertie for really holding this bitch feet to the fire. Nobody else is holding Julia's feet to the fire. Lisa is as well, but Stephanie's not doing it. Oh, Stephanie and Alexia.
Yes, especially now knowing you and knowing that you get sensitive, and like my way is very strong.
It's not that I get sensitive. That was a very insensitive thing to say.
And I apologize.
I forgot about Stephanie and Alexia. I feel like They're both alpha women. They both butt heads. But I feel like at some point, Stephanie wants to be their friend, which is why she was like, "Oh, when the whole plane situation happened, Stephanie was like, oh, I thought you girls were rallying behind me, da 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 da." Like, Stephanie wanted to be their friend. So, like, cause even Marsha was like, "I'm just confused. I thought we were all going to be like the 4 Musketeers." They all 4 want to be a clique and then go against all the other girls. That's just it. And all the other girls, like, some see it. Kiki, she don't see it. She don't get it. But it is what it is. But
Well, you didn't even say hello, and honestly,
Yes, I did.
out of respect to you and you coming in,
Of course I said hello.
Hi, we missed you last night. I know.
at the end of the day, y'all, let me know what you guys think. Do y'all think Andy's over here playing it up? Whose side y'all on? Adriana or Julia? And do y'all think they actually did the deed? Y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black View. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a God stop a jolly, break your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to